A time has concluded. A time when outlaws and anarchy ruled the land has come to an end. The sand has turned to concrete, and the residents of people far outnumber the slithering reptiles and eight-legged creatures. The cattle no longer roam free on a land once inhabited only of caretakers and thieves. The bustling cities distort the night with their bright lanterns and loud dissonance. And the crimson rust found on the railway paved by outlaws no longer sparkles with freedom. Those who ventured out came to escape the tyranny of the East, something they only worsened coming out west. The brainwashed East destroyed the beauty of the desolate West. And the Palo Verde tree droops with anguish as it yearns for water in the scarce found land. Those who escaped the eastern suburbia before the rush now feel trapped in this cookie-cutter world. No ranger rides alone anymore, though the toxic chemicals inside his brain cause him to feel more isolated than before. Nothing great comes from the West, a place once dubbed the American frontier. The endless cactus and drifting tumbleweed disappear underneath the iron lights and winding roads. Like a cowboy riding alone for too long, the West has destroyed itself from the inside out. The once glorious land now watches as the sun sets upon its face. There is no glory in the West, and the once romanticized land has fallen victim to the hand of man. I hurt myself today. I fell trying to climb the steep hill north for the ridge. My arm bled as I lay paralyzed in pain, yet when I screamed, no one heard my cry. I know she would have heard me. She would have laid me down and cleaned my wounds. That was before I ended alone, when things were like the good old days. Mama died in childbirth and left me and Papa alone. Pa was a soldier in the Confederate Revolution, though he had always hated the war. That was long before I was born, when Pa was still sane. It was hard growing up with only a father and no love from a mother. When I was 7, he sent me to be a ranch hand out in Silver City. I never saw Pa again. It was not long after that we were engaged that her uncle found out. He didn't like that a pretty young girl like her had fallen in love with dirt like me. So we made a plan to escape up north, where we'd be safe. But before we could make a run for it, he sent her west, to California. It was not long after that the old racist was found dead in bed. The farm was sold to a new owner, and I went along my way. However, I had wandered for far too long, and I missed my Valentine too much. I spent time in Santa Fe, where I snuck on the train headed for Los Angeles. However, after I was robbed by bandits in another car and fell off the train, I believe that I am on my way between Arizona and the California border. But the desert heat has caused me to see things. I was finally able to get up a week ago, and since then I have traveled non-stop. By the time you receive this letter, I will have made it to Calico, where I shipped this letter from. I loved her more than I had ever loved anything else, and call a doctor as these wounds get worse and worse by the day. That is all for now. Take care, my true friend. I will wait for the day that I see you again.